This hit up.
Blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. Good boy stays.
Who's this guy?
It's Alvin.
Alvin, you're a good boy.
You're gonna be here.
He needs the restroom real quick.
Sure. Can I offer you something to drink?
Yeah, go get it.
Good boy. What do you think? Alvin!
What are you doing? Come here, you good boy. You're such a handsome boy. I love you so
Set timer
much.
for 60 minutes.
I love you. I love you, Alvin. I know. Yeah, it's a big world out there.
Jay, let me get you over here.
Okay. Alvin, let's switch. Come here, boy. Is this yours?
Do you want a backrest pillow or do you feel good?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know where they went now.
Right there.
No.
Bill Burr is coming to Hulu March 14th with his Hulu-arious stand-up special, Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years. With his brutal honesty, Bill makes this his most personal and funniest hour yet. Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, streaming on Hulu March 14th. Ricky's on the loose, and I will be in Brookfield, Wisconsin at the Milwaukee Improv on March 20th. And then on March 22nd, I will be in Minneapolis at the Varsity Theater. And then on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, I'm back in Wisconsin at Comedy on State. Also, Los Angeles, I have 2 shows in April. April 5th, I'm doing a live Take Your Shoes Off at the Dynasty Typewriter. And April 14th, I'm doing a Rick Glassman and Friends, where I'm going to have some of my comedian friends doing stand-up at the Hollywood Improv. Get tickets now. They do sell out. punchup.live/Rick Glassman. More cities right here. Ricky's on the Loose will also be coming to more places starting of August. If you want to find out when I will be in your city, go to that same website, sign up for my mailing list so I can let you know when I'm in your city. Also, April 5th, Dynasty Typewriter, Los Angeles. If you want to come to this live taping of the Take Your Shoes Off podcast, we'd love to have you. But if you are unable to be in Los Angeles, we are streaming tickets. They are $15 a piece to stream. However, if you are a Patreon member, half the price. Go to punchup.live/Rick Glassman. See you there. Or I'll see you on another time. That's from I Love You, Man. He goes, see you there. I will see you on another time.
Muscle Beach, half an hour. I will see you there, or I will see you on another time.
That was very confusing. I don't know if you're going to come or not.
No, I'll be there.
Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 per month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
All right. Let's get this over with. Hey, Jay, what got you into comedy?
Probably an insatiable need to be seen. You know? I don't know. I always loved comedy. I love watching it. I love studying it. Before I knew I wanted to do it, I just loved taking it all in and, just devouring it. And then you just get up there and something works. The first time I did stand-up, this guy came up to me and said, what are you doing Wednesday night? Wednesday night, we go to this other place. And I went, oh. And then I went to the Wednesday night place in New Jersey, Hackensack. And then this guy said, what are you doing Saturday night? Saturday night, we go. So suddenly I had this place where my tribe was, and I could just do that all the time.
Are you ringing?
I am.
You probably couldn't hear it because your headphones aren't on.
Did I do anything else wrong, Rick? This guy's a real. Oh, look. Alvin's like, I don't deal with guys whose headphones aren't on.
Jay, can I ask you? I want to ask you a question that, in part, since we're meeting for the first time, this is in part really. I'm being sincere with my question in an attempt to calibrate us. When I said you probably didn't hear because your headphones weren't on, did you really think I was critiquing you that I need you to put your headphones on?
No.
You didn't, because So why'd you put them on? Just because you realized maybe you want them on?
Because now we're both hearing the same things.
Okay. Because you don't have to have them on.
We don't have to keep talking about this, do we?
What else am I going to do wrong? We never met, but I have seen you live in person. I don't remember if I told you on the phone. When I first moved here, back before you were itching your daddy's pants, I was doing background work, and I did audience work on your what was the multicam you did?
Gary Unmarried?
Yes.
Really?
2008?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's Jay Mohr.
Oh, wow. And where were you doing background?
All over.
That's the worst. My advice to anybody that wants to get into show business is don't do background.
Yeah, don't be like me or Brad Pitt. What are you talking about? Why don't do it?
You two are really, I like how you touched your
I was just making sure it was straight.
your NAACP Image Award, as you said.
National Athletic Association of Circus Performers?
Yeah. I think if you do background work, you just are categorizing yourself as other.
Do you think that if I ever audition for Ron Howard, he's going to remember me as the guy who did Angels and Demons?
No, but you're not doing that anymore, is what I'm saying. People that are doing it, like, thinking they're going to get discovered, or like, if I do this, at least I'm on set. Like, unless you really need like $40 and a sandwich, if that's, sure.
Yeah.
But you're definitely not in show business if you do background work.
No, but I do feel like doing it. Like, my first job was a series regular on a show. I didn't not guest star or co-star. So my first gig was that. And when I went to set, it did feel familiar to me.
What show was that?
It's called Undateable on NBC. Maybe you recognize me with my glasses off.
No, I recognized you the second I saw you in the alley.
Good.
By the way, I only do podcasts where they go, yeah, there's an alley, that address with the front door and all, come down the alley.
Can I tell you why I did that? You're going to think I'm joking. For the longest
In
time.
case I'm an escort that's going to rob you.
No.
Make sure I'm the girl in the picture.
Yes. No, the reason is because for a while I was pretending that I had an assistant and her name was Allie. And I have a lot of perverted comedians that want to ejaculate on women. So I would say, oh, yeah, you could come down Allie. Come down Allie. Then we'll leave it in.
Why would you waste one by putting? I don't know. Is that where you like to shoot your sauce? Is on somebody? Is that your thing?
No, it was just a play on coming in Allie.
No, I understand that. I'm just curious. I'm just going inside your brain. I like getting up in the guts.
Right. Well,
I like to get everybody pregnant.
Tracy Morgan.
No, that was my Pacino, but
Okay. All right. You know what?
I like
Theme
to get
music.
I like to get everybody pregnant. What are we doing? Pacino and Tracy are very similar. See, that was Pacino. I like to get everybody pregnant. Yeah. I like to get everybody pregnant. It's the same register.
I'm hearing that because the way you're doing it. Will you do a little bit more as Tracy and then just turn it into Pacino?
I remember I was with Gayle King. See, I'm now doing Pacino. I was with Gayle King and she could get it. I need a big girl with a doo-doo pamper because doo-doo pampers hold in all your crap. Hoorah.
Good. I call people in this podcast often. Sometimes we call Pacino. Sometimes we call other people. If I can't get a hold of them, could I put you on the roster of people we call in the podcast for you to be somebody?
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking love this podcast.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I want you to come on my podcast too.
I mean,
Depending
I
on
just
how
masturbated.
this goes.
Sure.
So this is really your audition to see if you can come on more stories.
What would I do?
Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to listen.
We'll put the link in the description.
Thanks, buddy.
What would I have to
Guys.
Are there any single girls in here that would just role play with me just for a minute? Just a minute. You? Thank you so much. Could you take your top off for a second? Guys. guys, 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 guys. Like to see a girl do that with a microphone.
And we're back.
What do you want me? What puts me in the best position to succeed at this audition of podcasting with you to get on Stories with Jay Morris?
Oh no, you're gonna get on.
I'm just saying,
Really,
like,
the best guess is like when you don't want it to be like, oh shit, I ran out of questions. Like you should be able. It's called more stories. So as long as you come on and have like 3 stories holstered,
Buddy, I got stories that I'll
bet
tell you right
do.
now, so you don't even have to do them on your podcast.
that's fine.
You want me to save them?
No, I'm sure you got more than 3.
I have 3 good stories.
Any gay stuff?
I have one story of something that's kind of bisexual, which of course was after my ex and I broke up. I said bye to any sexual. But like, it's gonna be that
You gotta
kind
go
of
like
stuff.
this, so I know it's a joke.
I know, I'm being serious.
You need like a hand signal to signify to the audience, like when impressionists go, "Thank you," like, oh, he's done with the impression. Now we clap.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not an impressionist. I mean, I could. Oh, what are we doing over here?
Yeah,
You know,
New York guy.
I was Tracy Morgan. But
Oh, okay.
but I do recognize what impressionists do, and there's a little trick, and we could take this out if you. But impressionists,
You
before,
worry too much.
What's that?
You worry too much.
Just changed my life. Just realized I worry too much, and now I'm going to be a different person. Huh. Impressionists, when they set up an impression, they set it up with a lot of details. But when they do, they realize, oh, people may have forgot what happened at the beginning of that setup. So I'm just going to repeat the setup, but I'm
hate
going to
that.
truncate it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Once again, this is Nicolas Cage.
But they
if
get-
he was your driving instructor.
And then Nicolas Cage, driving instructor.
Yeah. You need to make. I can't do Nick Cage. Why did I say that? Make a ride. You're going to crash. I can't do Nick Cage. I sound like a jerk.
What's your best impression? Walking? Is that what people ask the most because it went viral?
Norm. Good Norm.
May I hear that? Is that annoying?
No.
They're magic tricks to me.
Well, it's like an impression, you know? Rick Glassman, you know? Hey, he told me to come down the alley. And I thought, oh my God, this guy's going to kill me, you know? He looks like a guy that might kill somebody and say like, oh, it was just rough sex, you know? It's just rough sex. That's all it was. We were having rough sex. And I don't know, I snapped his head off or something, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like him,
Well, it's an impression.
but there was no punchline.
Well, there's not any punchlines with Norm either.
No, there isn't. Were you good friends with him?
No, I mean friendly, sure, but I'm not phony enough to be like somebody dies and everybody goes on Instagram and they're like, we were so close. Like I worked with him every day for 2 years, and then if I saw him in a club, it was hey,
Sure.
how are you? And then when I heard he was like in Irvine, I'd make the drive just to hang out in like the green room and
So you guys are friends.
yeah,
Just not, you don't need to post when he passes.
yeah.
I was talking to this girl on we were texting and online. This is years ago. We matched on some dating site, and it was one of those girls where it's like, no, you didn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We'll bleep the name, but I just forgot her name.
All right.
Oh, do you know who that is?
It sounds familiar. Lesbian?
No.
That's a different.
Yeah, you know if you saw. Anyway, it was one of a girl that like everybody I know has a crush on her, and she's so beautiful. And we matched on a dating site, and we were being like silly, flirtatious. But I was going home to Thanksgiving in a week, and I invited her. Like I live in Cleveland, and she was down, and she was going to fly, and we were FaceTiming, and she was going to come just to be funny. She'd get a hotel if things don't, and if so it works out, we have extra rooms at my parents' house, whatever. And then a few days before, I saw somebody posting a picture with somebody because it was their birthday or they passed. I think it was a birthday thing. But I think it's so, I've seen these people post stuff and they only post birthdays with celebrities, not their other friends who aren't celebrity. And whatever, it's just like, it's stupid. So I took all of my pictures of celebrities in my phone on my stories and just kept saying, happy birthday, Kevin Durant, or whatever. I did like 20 different things in my head making fun of this thing. And it's probably a coincidence, but she saw those stories, and then she couldn't come to Thanksgiving for whatever reason, which I believe. And then we just stopped talking, and then we just stopped talking. And I'm like, is it because I posted those stories? And I just think about that all the time now.
Like she thought that you were mocking her?
She didn't post that. I think she thought that I'm projecting she thought that I was somebody.
One of those guys.
That posted.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm out.
Her loss?
Yeah.
With that fucking hog you got?
She's got a baby now.
Not yours.
No.
Not yours. That could have been the heir to the Glassman empire.
Yeah.
AIR.
ARI.
I already got it. I don't go to the ATM. I go to the ARI.
What's ARI?
It's my name.
Oh, dude, I was really trying to think of something, an acronym for shows, like DSS, doing stand-up or something.
Yeah. All right, then I'll leave it in.
I have been freezing my semen, though.
Really? Mm-hmm. Here in the house?
I have some in here, but I don't have any here. I mailed it in and I went to a place.
Did you get good money for that? I had a guy made like 20 grand freezing donating his sperm.
Oh, no, I froze it for me.
What, for like a popsicle later? Or?
Jay, no, in case my sperm isn't as good later on.
That brings me to the point of like, I'm not pro-life or pro-choice because I'm not a woman and I don't have woman parts, but it's like, if life begins at conception, then I don't know if you can freeze life.
But that's not conception. Conception is when it becomes an embryo.
I know, but you can freeze embryos.
Right.
So I'm like, is this really life? Like, if you can freeze it?
You mean if you could freeze it and then unfreeze it and have it live?
Yeah, like that's...
But what about microbial life? You could freeze that and unfreeze it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that's not life.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. Now we're down the rabbit hole of science and ethics.
Yeah. But did I get you?
I don't think it's a gotcha. I think it's a good point.
What do you guys think? Do you think I got him?
Got him. Okay. Got him. Okay. Got him.
Okay, calm down.
Got him.
Still my guess.
Studio audience is fired up today. For 10 a.m.?
Yeah, this is maybe the earliest I've ever podcasted.
I'm a morning guy, dude.
I want to be.
I take a nap every day.
What time?
Like 2 to 3:30. I don't sleep that whole time, but like going in and out.
So you're always asleep when it's time to go to the dentist?
2:30. I don't have that Chinese dentist anymore.
I never heard that joke as a Chinese punchline.
2:30.
Yeah, I always just thought 2:30.
That's good. Yeah, I only heard it as a Chinese dentist. Isn't everything funnier if you put an Asian cue to it?
I think that's a bit antiquated, Jay. You can't say that anymore.
Do you think an easy job would be police sketch artist in China?
Okay, you have my attention.
You know, hey, I got robbed. Yeah, 5'5", straight black hair. We're looking for him.
Okay.
Here's the drawing we use. I smokes Marlboro Reds underhand.
Do Chinese people smoke underhand?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do Japanese?
Don't know. I don't think so. There seem to be a little cooler with it, like
the Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese smoke it's almost like a sport.
What about the people that hold it on top? Those are like the James Dean type, right?
Yeah.
Is it true that when you smoke a cigarette in China, you want another one 30 minutes later?
I think that's Chinese food. When you eat Chinese food, you get hungry again. But I never thought that to be true because there's so much rice. How could you be hungry again after you had like 2 bowls of rice? It's a binder and it expands in your stomach and gives
Do you think maybe when you eat Chinese food, you eat too much rice and not enough protein?
I love rice. Is one of my favorite foods, so I definitely eat too much rice. Like if you give me some salty, sticky rice, I'm very happy. Look, I just licked my lips thinking about it.
I have some cold rice in the fridge.
No. Because that's where you keep your frozen sperm. Adjacent.
Do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
You already had it?
Yeah, I had about 3 cups today.
What's your morning? What's your day?
Well, 6:30 I get up. Well, I get up at 5 and then
I'd like to start when you fall asleep. What time do you fall asleep?
Well, that's not my day. That's my night.
I know. Just previously on.
I go to bed around 9-ish, but I don't fall asleep until like 11. I like to just watch my shows, watch my old westerns, documentaries about Thomas Jefferson, or I like presidential stuff that's other people find mind-numbingly boring.
Who'd you dress up for as for President's Day recently?
Trump.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Fall asleep at 11. You get 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I get up a lot to pee. I get up like 3 times to pee, and I eat a lot at night. I eat a lot of salami and provolone or Swiss cheese. I get my little slices, and I go back into bed and I eat, and I have like a Coke Zero.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
at 3 a.m, you go get some Coke and salami?
I'm up for about 45 minutes in the middle of the night. And I like last night, first time I woke up, I had an Uncrustable. I put it in the toaster, and had that with a protein, little protein thing.
It's kind of like you are a son, an only child to a single mother, and when your mom's asleep, those are the treats that you sneak. You just open the fridge, you drink a protein shake, you get the Uncrustable, you toast it.
I just want little Jeffrey to
salami.
be. He can have treats. I just want little Jeffrey to be happy.
Uh-huh.
And then, so usually my 7th grader and I get up at 5. I get him up at 5:40. We go to the gym before he goes to middle school.
He goes to the gym with you at 5:40?
He's like, bro, I got to lift. I got to get in shape for 7th grade. He told me last year.
What is that, 13 years old?
Yeah. And he's a house. He's like, when we do triceps, we do the same weight. He's a big boy. So I got a 22-year-old who's like 6'2", 180. And then I got endomorph, ectomorph. Then I got the other guy who's like 5'2", 230. He's just
5'2"?
5'4". I don't know how old, 5'6". I don't know how tall a kid is, but he's like 5'6", like the size of like if you have a housekeeper to come over, like they're about the same. You know what I mean? Like that fucking Guadalajara lady comes in, Dios mío.
So you
want to hear how? So I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I slide onto my knees and I pray.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wake up at 5 or wake up for salami?
When I wake up in the morning, whether it's 5 to go to the gym, if I'm not going to the gym, I get up at 6:30.
But when you wake up in the middle of the night to get your salami and your Uncrustables, didn't you say you do that at like 2, 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
You don't pray then?
No.
Right.
I start my day with prayer. I have to get to God before my mind gets to me.
It's good merch.
I pray from my knees, then I make my bed. I sit in a chair next to my bed. I write a gratitude list. And then I'm in recovery. Then I call my sponsor because I'm in recovery. Mm-hmm. Just touch base, let them know what's up. And then...
you don't miss a day?
No.
Do you floss every night?
No.
Okay.
Your move. Bro. They're all fake? I'm sorry about the 2:30 line.
It's all right. You can make it again in about 28 more minutes.
Okay.
So you get salami.
No, that's the middle of the night.
Yeah. You get salami, eat some cheese.
Uncrustables.
And you know in 2-3 hours you're going to wake up and you're going to thank God.
It's just because I wake up to pee, and every time I wake up to pee, I eat. And I've been like that my whole life. I remember I was on the road in Cleveland.
Improv hilarities.
It was before I ever played the improv, so it might have been hilarities. I was opening for Barry Sobel, and he was in like a Ritz-Carlton, and I was at like this comedy condo, and it was a snowstorm, and the only thing in there was like near beer, like non-alcoholic beer, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I walked over an overpass in the snow to go to 7-Eleven to get like a Kit Kat and a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, not sponsored, and walk all the way back to just eat my snack in the middle of the night. It's like an obsession. It's really weird. Like my whole life I've been like that. So if I didn't wake up to pee, I'd weigh like 150 pounds.
What do you weigh now?
About 290.
You look all right. Sitting.
It's all.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm 192 this morning. 185 seems to be that real nice sweet spot.
Do you weigh pre or post poop?
Post, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever do both to see what your poops weigh?
Yeah.
What is your average poop?
Pound. Little under a pound. 0.8.
Okay. A little poop.
Oh, yeah.
Do you take magnesium?
No.
Would you be open to it?
Sure. Well, it's in my multi.
Yeah, but like really low.
Why am I taking magnesium?
Get better poops.
I have great poops.
Okay.
We're not powerlifting.
Okay.
You want me to wear a weight belt to take a shit?
So you go exercise, take your son to school?
Yes. Every day.
Then what's the day?
8 a.m. 8 a.m. men's Zoom meeting,
What is that?
12-step program.
Just with men?
Yep. Less performative. I don't try to undress any of them.
Is that a thing?
I mean, you're attracted to the opposite sex, and if you're
Yeah, I am.
If you're about recovery, and some lady walks up to get like her newcomer chip, and you're like, then my head's already not God conscious.
God is a big part of recovery.
Yeah,
A higher power is.
but not religion. God, like just it's not me. Good orderly God, good orderly direction. Group of drunks. It could be anything. It could be the ocean. It could be. It's just I have to know that it's not me. Me making my own decisions is not a smart thing.
So anything that tempts you.
Why
whether
is
it's-
that? Why do you have this giant clock on your wall that's broken?
It's
Because
a-
you want to know what time it is twice a day?
No, it's good. It's a metaphor for.
Nah, you're lazy. You didn't change the battery.
I have. Okay.
Why?
It's a metaphor because a lot of times when I'm in here, I'm feeling anxious. Like there's things I have to get done, and this has become my sanctuary. We're here. Time stops. Do what you want to do.
Bro, it's 11:32. I have plenty of time. Okay, but what if something has to be done at noon and you're like,
There's a clock. There's a clock right
shit.
there
Where I don't see it.
under the camera.
Yeah, the hidden one.
Well, because there's a camera there.
Okay. Men's Zoom, 8 a.m. Then if I didn't go to the gym already, I'll go to the gym after that. Jump some rope. And then I do a noon meeting. Then I come home and I take a nap.
You call a sponsor and you do 2 meetings every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, you fall off.
Because I love the results.
Right.
I love how I feel. I love being comfortable in my own skin. I love not owing anyone an apology. I love not being in my own head, like, helping other people. You go to a meeting so that when the new guy comes into the meeting, he has somebody there to say, it's all right, man.
You said it makes you more comfortable in your own skin. What's the opposite? When you're uncomfortable in your skin, where's your mind? That
Constant inner dialogue, consumed with what's your perception of me.
got it.
How does this guy feel about me? That I need you to like me. I'm a validation addict. If you don't like me, I'm not sure how to act. Just being in acceptance with when I'm not in that space, it's more just you're in acceptance with, people are people. It's all right. It's okay. Just feeling at home in any room you walk into.
And why does this offer you that? Because it helps you fully accept yourself. So good or bad, this is who you are.
When you're surrounded by men that do esteemable acts and you emulate them and you do esteemable acts, you build self-esteem from within. It's not an external
Right.
validation. My validation is no longer external. I don't need you to applaud for me to go, oh, good. It's like, oh, I visited that guy in the hospital. I gave that newcomer a ride home so he didn't have to take the bus back to his sober living. I did speak at this meeting at this place when somebody asked me that was out of the way and I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway and I carried the message to somebody. I did take a commitment. I did go early. I did help set up chairs. And then it's like, I tried to get, honestly, when I was new in recovery, I wanted my sponsor to think I was the greatest member to ever show up. Like I wanted to really impress him.
Right.
But when I tried to get his approval by doing all these things, I wound up getting my own approval. So if you want self-esteem, do esteemable acts is what I always heard.
I've said on this podcast before, I've always been attracted to people in recovery. Sober people, not because they don't drink as much as because of the reason they don't drink now and what they do with that.
It's also like, who else? I spent my whole life, Rick, looking. I always wanted to know where the cool kids were hanging out. It always seemed like whatever party I was at, it was like there was another party that I didn't know about, maybe, but it's probably all in my head.
Like you weren't being included or you didn't have the intel?
I just didn't have the intel. Everybody's got this game plan. Some reason I don't have it. And then I go into recovery and it's like, oh, all the cool kids are here. They're here.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
You know who else is here?
Steve Glassman.
The real cool kids.
Steve?
Daddy? Yeah. Teddy?
Daddy! Bring it over.
So these men are not in recovery.
I know, you prepped me to it. And I talked to my sponsor about, whoa, look at this handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, you
Come on right in here, but throw shit around first. This is fucking,
That was Alvin.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No.
Yeah, you did.
this is
You kicked
great.
the
You're not
wire.
editing any of this out.
The wire, I'm telling
And your
you.
dad's friend, the mob boss, is here too.
What the fuck is going on in here?
Okay. All right. I'd like to say hello.
I'm
to
afraid
the
to
guy
move.
I'm a big fan.
Oh,
and I'm
and
so
Steve,
happy
right?
to be here.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba.
This is my cousin Teddy.
Teddy.
Hey, man. I'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, you will. I'm afraid to. I'm not moving a muscle.
No, I'm,
After I saw the Jenga tower that you put together at the studio.
Teddy, you're gonna be on the chair.
Guys, funny stuff. Give me 1 sec. I just gotta want to tell you guys about something, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, legendary comedy icon Bill Burr is coming to Hulu on March 14th with his new Hulu Arius stand-up special, Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years. Get Bill's provocative, unfiltered, and honest point of view on everything from marriage and parenthood to dating advice and dropping dead. With his signature raw wit and sharp commentary, Bill fearlessly pushes boundaries as he navigates the nonsense and weighs in on mental health, social media, and societal norms. In his first Hulu stand-up special, no topic is off limits, with Bill's refreshingly candid take on the chaotic landscape of our world today. Burr's unique ability to blend deep critique with laugh-out-loud humor is exactly what makes this one of his most personal and funniest hours yet. See the new Hulu Arius stand-up special, Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, streaming on Hulu March 14th. And yes, that is Pi Day. With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY in your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8x the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contribution, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 per month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate. Claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC. Member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
What's with this TYSO guitar?
Oh, isn't this cool? A fan made this for me.
All right, you guys can talk about that after. I got something to do with this.
Member Grain.
Come on, Rick.
It's a goblin. You look at that while they're talking.
fuck them. I got so many things I gotta ask you, and I don't know.
We haven't started recording yet.
Man, you were fucking buff too. Jesus.
Come on, man.
Christ. We're 71 and 2.
Seeing anybody?
Yeah, for 47 years.
Good for you.
You're
Look at
one of
this
my
cocksman.
fucking heroes.
Look at this cocksman.
Yeah. He's a Long Island guy.
Yeah,
Where about,
Long
Levittown?
Island.
Melville.
Levittown, fuck off.
How'd you break your foot, bub?
I literally was carrying a collapsible table, folding table, and the handle broke and fell on my toe.
Klutz.
And you're at the age like me where it's going to hurt you the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. Everything hurts the rest of your life now.
What age is it like? I guess it's like this year at 54 where I just, all of a sudden I can't go
You
out
know
anywhere
what?
without it. Was I done talking? I'm sorry.
Mid 50s, excuse me. I agree. Go ahead.
Where I can't go anywhere without tissues on my person.
Sounds like my mom.
Like 54 years
Martin.
old. I'm just like, wait, I don't have it. Oh, I was in the car driving to a game last night. I'm like, I don't have any tissues. There's not any tissues in this
It
car.
gets worse, man. That's the least of your problems.
The first
the
thing I do
tissues.
every morning when I go to work, I get dressed. The last thing I do before I leave the house, take a tissue, put it in my pocket.
Really?
I swear to God.
54, right?
Yeah, right around then, mid 50s.
And 50 on the dots when you go, oh, I get talking heads now.
Are we rolling yet?
We will be. Is there anything you want to do before we start?
No, I want to
Oh, I
ask
thought
him. I
we
want to
were
start
rolling
kibitzing
already.
with him.
I thought we were
You've asked me
rolling.
9 times. Why are we not rolling? Of course we're rolling.
That's what I thought.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So,
How did I know that?
It's been a minute. You want to break anything?
no, I want to ask you a question. If you were voting for Hall of Fame players, if you were on the committee, would you vote for Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
Thank you. Bothers me that people don't recognize it.
It bothers me. Don Mattingly's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree. Don Mattingly belongs in the Hall of
absolutely.
Fame, but Barry Bonds is arguably the best baseball player in history.
If Ricky Henderson, if Barry Bonds retired as a Pirate, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
You think? You mean if he played his whole career with one team?
No, if like when he went to the Giants, if his career ended there, he'd go to the Hall of Fame.
Are you going to stick to that argument?
I don't
So,
know. All right.
because we said pirates.
Wait a minute. As my whole life, you just didn't know what I was
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah, all right.
No, I didn't
gotcha.
get it there because I'm enthralled with being in his presence, to be honest with
Do you know the difference between people in Dubai and people in Abu Dhabi?
No.
People in Dubai, they don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do.
Oh, my God.
I wish I could do my head
that
360.
one.
Just go.
You can't.
That was good.
Come
I
on,
like
we
that
just
one.
did it.
Like the Flintstones and Yabi Dabby Abu Dhabi do.
I love that.
Let me hear you tell that joke.
I can't. I can't
Who's
repeat.
got that kind of time?
Can't do that.
Could you try? I want to hear you try.
No way. No way.
Just try it.
No, my
doesn't
memory is
remember.
totally
That's why I want you to try it. Just do the best you can. Teddy, just do the best you
Come on,
can.
Teddy,
It's
it's
just
a
a game.
simple joke.
Play the game.
Oh,
How stoned is
no.
Teddy right
You're going to
now?
make me
Not
look like
that
a
stoned.
total
Bullshit.
idiot.
It's okay,
Swear to
Teddy.
God.
Just try it from the beginning.
This is him normally. You should see him stoned.
You have to tell the joke again.
No, Teddy, just try it. Please.
Can I rewind somewhere?
Teddy, just try the joke.
Theoretically rewind.
Try the joke and I'll give you a great plug.
I already
Alvin-
forgot the fucking thing.
The
I'm
dog
on to,
wants
I'm on
out.
to the next.
The dog's mad.
Flintstones. Okay. Question number 2.
Virgo.
No, I forgot question number 2.
Man, you've done a lot of prep for this,
Oh,
right?
I know. I saw a clip you did the other day. You imitated Tracy Morgan
Yeah, he's my biological father.
talking to you about your wife, and
I was
she
supposed
a
to bring in
cheerleader.
25 of them. Talking. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Lord.
Will you tell that story on air real quick?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're even on. What's going on?
Yes, we're on.
People are getting up, moving around, knocking shit over.
Sorry, dude.
I apologize
pleasure to have
too.
you.
It is.
Teddy, do you know the difference between people in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai?
Yabba dabba do. I mean, that was
Oh,
something,
my
right?
God.
That was the
Goodness.
punchline?
I'm not even talking into the
This
microphone.
guy's
right now.
comedy kryptonite. He's about as funny as a broken foot.
Yeah, oh. Well, late night, early morning, long drive.
All things that Teddy had.
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't have my coffee, so let me get my coffee.
All right, can we lay it off Teddy for a minute? And I'd like Jay to tell a story that I heard the other day that's really funny.
So my wife met Tracy Morgan at the SNL 50 anniversary show party. And she goes, she owns the Lakers, and she goes to Tracy Morgan, you should come out to LA and come to a Lakers game. And he goes, are you a dancer? Amazing. Amazing.
I actually heard
Weren't
that,
you on the cast for a while?
You don't miss a beat, Teddy.
Right?
You should be. You're like Columbo.
I was on the show once.
Yeah?
Yeah, my musical guest,
yes, he was.
back in the 80s.
Back in the
What do you
80s.
play?
Original cast.
What do you play?
I play keyboards.
Who would you play with?
A band called 3D. It was the Gene Domanian days. I don't know, you remember her?
Yeah. But that wasn't the original cast. Gene Domanian was.
No.
Yeah, it was the original cast.
No, it wasn't. You were in the 80s. The original cast was 75.
It was 1979, 1980. So
Still
it was the
not
original
original.
cast except for Chevy.
Dad,
Chevy was
what's going on here?
gone.
You need water?
Yeah.
Original cast.
All right.
Blah,
I heard the other day that you were the motivation and have the responsibility for the Luka trade.
No, I had nothing to do with it.
I won't drink.
That was some coup.
I'll try it. You had nothing
It's
to do
water.
with it.
How would I have anything to do with it? You're in my
I
camera,
don't know.
sweetie. Stop walking in front of my camera.
Wides, man. It's a living room.
Why? It's about this Shaney Punnam.
What is that? Beer?
Yeah. You want one? We're all
No,
getting
thanks. I
fucked
got-
up today, Teddy.
I'm already there, babe.
What do you think about the trade?
I'm already there.
You have somebody for LeBron to pass the baton to when he's done that isn't going to be 38 years old when he passes the baton.
Like what
And
Arnold
Anthony Davis
Schwarzenegger
wasn't
did to
that
The
baton.
Rock.
Exactly. Hey, can we get some tickets?
No. Anthony Davis, after next year, his contract will be up. So then you max out Anthony Davis. At the end of that contract, he's 38 years old. You take the exact same scenario with Luka Doncic.
Right.
When you max him out after next year, at the end of that contract, he's 30 years old.
So it's an age thing. I guess.
It's Luka.
Yeah.
By the way, that first game back, I didn't realize he's like Pele famous.
Yes.
Like I've
Yes.
never seen
He's Pele famous,
Like they
right? Because he's
filmed
international.
him. They filmed him listening to the national anthem. Like there was 40 photographers in a circle, 8 deep, just filming him with his head down. LeBron's right next to him. Nobody cares.
That's
I've
amazing.
never seen anything like it. In the value of the franchise
It's
goes
like
up.
Otani.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and the franchise value goes up $1 billion with that trade. Like that. It's worth this, but another just
One
just him-
trade like that.
Just him being there. Max Christie leaving was sad.
Yeah, and Max Christie is blossoming in Dallas.
Well, he's blossoming for us too. My wife really loves guys that the Lakers draft. She always has like.
and she keeps a relationship with him?
Well, as much as you can.
Yeah,
without
right,
getting penalized,
obviously,
but
right.
they're always welcome back.
Jealous?
Jealous.
You know, Ricky played against LeBron in high school.
Great matchup.
Did you have a yarmulke? I see a lot of highlights of like yarmulke.
That's how you can tell
basketball.
the difference.
Jay, they're called highlights. And Teddy, I'm surprised that you remember that.
Of course I remember that.
What's the difference between people in Dubai and Abu
The
Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi. Do. For you. Schmuggy. Oh, you got...
Okay.
This is a good puppy.
We were having such a great
How
conversation
old is
before
this
you
dog?
guys came in.
How old's this dog?
He'll be
Teddy, you
a year
helped
and
the
9 months.
podcast a lot. You kind of like how a Band-Aid helps a dead body.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Teddy, just remember what Buddy Hackett told me once.
Oh, to be in Nagasaki where the women chew the backy and the men sing woo, wacky woo.
Just remember that.
I'll bet you he doesn't even know who Buddy Hackett is.
Of course he does.
I know he doesn't.
Filthy comic.
He's a very dirty comic.
No, you don't. You really, and honestly, you don't know who
Yes,
Buddy
the
Hackett.
white guy, the comic.
He was great.
It's amazing.
No, he nailed it.
He thinks the Beatles were a backup band to Paul McCartney.
No, I don't. But I did think Paul Newman was the Lemonade guy for a while, and ever since then, you haven't given me. You feel like I can't hack it. Listen, Paul Newman's introduction to me was the Italian dressing and the lemonade. When I found out he was an actor, I thought, oh, the Lemonade guy does acting. I should move to L.A. Here I am. Now finding out that Paul Newman is more than that. He also, I think, does barbecue sauce.
Where's your
Does
salad
everything
dressing?
now.
Where's the Glassman salad dressing?
We don't have salad dressing.
We make the Glassman salad.
You got it in your freezer, I think.
Oh, yes, because I froze my cum.
Oh, right.
I've been freezing my cum, Teddy.
You
For
said,
what purpose?
cum. You said sperm. I didn't know you actually had the load in there. I thought you...
How do you think I got the sperm out?
like hair surgery. You take the follicle out, you take out the sperm, you just got him in there in like a little colony.
You think I come in a dish and I pull out the sperm?
I expect that of a guy of your intellect, yes.
No, because when you pull out the colony, then they don't have the goo, the goo,
The
to
primordial
live in.
ooze.
Yeah,
Are you freezing this shit or what? What's
yeah.
you selling it?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but how much are you offering?
What do you got? What do you got?
Hey, I know some people.
Hay is for horses. No, I'm not interested in selling my cum.
Okay. What's the purpose?
In case I get hungry. What do you mean? What's the purpose?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what
Popsicles,
what the fuck
Teddy, you want one?
What the fuck?
You know,
are
Al
doing?
Pacino is able to have a baby at an old age. I don't know if I can.
got my girl pregnant at
I get it.
95 fucking years old.
Yeah.
I put down my walker, lifted up her skirt, kabow! It was off to the fucking races. You pet that dog like he's a giant cock. Hooba. Do you know me? I'm Al Pacino, Teddy.
I got it.
I love your sweater pants combo. Fashion forward, but staying with the classics.
Abu Dhabi do
I like your father wears pink socks with a swollen foot.
with pink sweater, man.
You're the best, Glassman.
Yeah,
Told you.
I am.
My dad's a fucking man,
I am
dude.
fashion conscious.
Jay wakes up to pee, as you understand, and
What kind
since
of
he-
watch is that?
It's we're in the middle of a podcast
Yeah, no,
conversation.
Teddy doesn't care.
No, I'm just checking out the watch. I haven't gone.
It's you're interrupting perpetual.
Okay, never mind.
Teddy,
Try to make some jokes off of me. It's okay.
Teddy's getting
I'm
us to
little
his
guy.
feels a
I'm
little
just a
hurt
little
now.
guy here, you know. Just-
Look at the head on
I'm
you.
the
You
new
look
guy.
like you should be on a
I'm the new guy in town.
that
It's okay.
fucking head. He should be on the back of a nickel. Look at that fucking head. You're the best.
Teddy,
You got a presidential head.
Teddy, it's
I
a little,
appreciate
it's
that.
a little ball busting right now. Is it too early? I feel like
Nah, yeah. Listen,
But you see how I turned it into a
Believe me.
compliment?
I did, but I don't think he
That's,
understood.
what
that's,
I've
that's
what I've
recovery.
been through in the
Yes,
last
that's
month.
recovery.
Yeah, yeah.
This is nothing.
You'll be
You
there
know?
soon.
Got it.
My son lost his house. Blah 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 blah. You know,
But I understand that the house wasn't lost
it's lost.
officially.
No one's
find
going
it.
back there again, Dan. It's
Where's the last place he
it's
had it?
Gaza. Booby.
Malibu.
Oh.
Malibu boo.
Are they like keys?
No, it's
Yes.
awful.
Right.
My
He's
last
out
two
here.
houses are gone.
Sorry,
But I don't
buddy.
live. No, I don't live there anymore. But I raised my kids in them.
And they're gone from the fire?
Yeah, you want to see a picture of the Malibu house?
I do.
No.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi do.
I like the picture you have on your phone.
What were we
there.
just talking about before you asked about the watch? Oh, I remember.
Something interesting. We might have to rewind to figure it out.
I didn't get an
Peeing-
answer
peeing.
though.
It's what kind of watch is that, Jay?
It's a Rolex.
It's a Rolex. Okay.
There's the mailbox,
You want to switch?
and that's where it used to be.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, sorry, Alvin. Here you go.
Yeah. Check that out, buddy. Yeah, that's a nice one. It's
You
brutal.
don't live there anymore.
No, but I had my landlord who owns the house on my podcast. They bought that house in '65 for $35,000.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
And so it's not like everybody thinks like Malibu, oh, like Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola with piles of coke. It's like, no, there's
I
a lot
don't know who
of
Tommy Mottola
there's a
is.
lot of mom and pop nice people
That have been there forever
yeah.
and never had a fire until now.
No, a lot of fires. Every fire
never-
season. Karen Bass. Don't get me started.
All
I
right,
don't like to
I
speak
won't get you
negatively about
started.
other people in this podcast.
Okay.
I won't get you started. But
What did I say? I'm not allowed to say
Nothing.
people's names?
No, I'm just saying if that's what you were censoring yourself, I think that's a good idea. Because she's actually coming on in 3 weeks. So
I'll be here.
I'll tell you something else who I'm a fan of. Your former wife.
Okay.
Because I love that show Vegas, and we watch. My wife and
That's
I
where I
watch
met
it
her.
all the time. Seriously, were you on it?
Yeah, I met her
I
on the
think I
show.
remember
and,
you on it now.
I asked her on a date that day.
Seriously, I
don't-
couldn't blame you. She's one of the most
I've always-
attractive women I've ever seen.
who are you talking about? Is it Nikki Cox?
Yes,
Oh, funny.
I've always hit for power, not average.
yes.
While you guys were out chasing, while you guys were out
you've
chasing
proven that multiple times.
While you guys are out chasing 5s and 6s, I'm back at the hotel sleeping. And then,
All right.
By the way, he's the same way. Unfortunately,
why you have this? You think I'm like mocking you? You got very defensive the last two things I said.
Well, I was just playing into you saying, well, you guys are chasing 5s and 6s. I was just playing lower status for the game. I'm very happy
Look at
with
his,
you.
see how his face is all scrunched up.
Alvin or him?
He's such a cute face.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Do you have to sneak them in places, shit, or what? Or is it no problem?
I don't have
Goblins,
to, but I usually do
Where's
it.
my camera? You guys don't know how funny this guy really is
Why don't they?
because I think he's underappreciated, like Teddy.
He thinks he's underappreciated too.
Well,
you were
he's
telling me
right.
that.
He's
Yes.
right. I mean, come on. This guy was the main character in
That thing.
that movie with Tom Cruise. What's it called again?
Mafia.
Yeah,
That was my best.
love
Yeah, you
that
were the
movie.
best. I do. I watch that all the time.
that's the only movie I ever auditioned for, and they gave me the part in the audition.
They said it's yours before you walked out.
He goes, "So you want to do it?"
Really?
Actually, that's not true. That was the first one. The second one was Street Kings. I had this crazy, it's like Forrest Whitaker, Keanu Reeves, like bad cops. And the role of Detective Sergeant Mike Clady, he's supposed to be like the muscle, like this scary big giant guy. And I weigh, 180 pounds. So I had this shirt that does, like, it's got elastic here. So I did a lot of curls, but it was from when I did stand up on the nuclear submarine, the SS Greenville in Pearl Harbor. So I wore that shirt because it had the, like the tapered
Right,
ends.
right.
And I'm working out and I do this crazy audition where I have to like rape another cop's wife and like spit on her. Like it was intense. And then I'm done. And the director, David, goes, "Where'd you get that Greenville shirt?" I go, "I did stand up on it in Pearl Harbor." He goes, "I was on that fucking sub for 3 months.
No way.
Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this part?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." Yeah. So then I just became the wiry Irish guy that nobody wants to fuck with. Like I made sure I was always chewing gum. Like every scene I was like real like,
How funny is that you got the job because you wore the shirt, basically?
yeah, it wasn't my talent. Thanks for insinuating my wardrobe gets me work.
That's all right. How'd you get the Jerry Maguire job?
I auditioned to be the quarterback played by Jerry O'Connell, and I blew it. I couldn't do a Southern accent that day for some reason. Then they asked me if I'd want to audition to be the male nanny. I said, sure. I did that. And then Jim Brooks goes, what about Sugar? And I said, ooh, like the hair on my neck went up. You know?
Really?
And they let me come back next week. And they already had an offer out. I found this out after the movie was finished. There was already an offer out to Luke Owen Wilson because he did Bottle Rocket with Jim Brooks.
Right.
So they had to rescind his offer.
To give you the offer.
Which
That was his first thing, Bottle Rocket. I feel like to get...
What am I doing? I'm Owen Wilson. It's crazy. I'm
Isn't
on this
that a
Rick
big
Glassman podcast.
Isn't that a big role for somebody who's never done something?
Impossibly big. I had no credits.
Right.
So like my agent's negotiating like, well, he, you know,
he's done.
He could be at Governor's in Long Island making $5,000. You better come correct.
You came to see me at Governor's in Long Island.
I'm going to be there at the end of the month, Ted.
What town is that in again?
Levittown.
Levittown? Oh.
He'll be there end of the month, Teddy. Maybe he can get tickets for that. Forget the Laker game, but you might get tickets for the Governor's Room show.
Yeah, I can. If you want tickets, give me your credit card number. I'll make sure you get them.
Teddy, can we take a second, please? Teddy, it seems like you're in a little bit of a rough go right now. Are you comfortable talking about what's going on?
No.
Got it. So you just told us.
STD?
Yeah.
That he talked about.
PST was supposed to traumatic. Yeah,
yes,
I got
PSTD.
that. I got that today.
Come on, Teddy, what's going on? Open up.
It's a temporary thing.
Why is he always so bound so tight? Open up. You got to open up.
Believe me.
What am I believing?
Well, that's an open heart right here, baby.
Are you a member of the Zipper Club?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Absolutely
Kenahura.
not.
But you've had
I had a couple stents.
Stents, right.
Yeah. But stents are good.
Stents are remarkable.
That's the name of this podcast, right? Stents are good.
Take your
Stents are
stents
good.
out.
That used to be my
I don't know.
I like
Drink
how
some
you.
water.
Jeez, your son really wants you hydrated.
Well, yeah, sometimes
What are you
I can
drinking?
tell how
Is that
hydrated my
really
dad
beer
is. by
or is that
his
just
lips.
water?
It's just water.
Oh, okay. Because it has a really nice name, the Liquid Death.
In case you're wondering, your son's clock is 65 minutes fast.
Well, it won't be by the time we're done with this.
Whoa.
Hey, so you've been on tour, buddy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
How's
Ted, I didn't know if you knew that Jay's the guest tonight.
No, that's great. Oh, you're
I'm
saying.
gonna mix it up. I haven't seen.
yeah.
I haven't seen my
Teddy
buddy.
just wanted to know. Listen, Teddy, listen. If you want to know where I'm playing, just go
saw-
to punchup.live.
No, I saw that. I
One
just
sec.
want-
Go to
just want-
punchup.live/Rick Glassman.
Exactly.
And you can sign up for my mailing list to
That's
find out
what
when
I-
I'll be in your city.
I do that. I do that like twice a day now, just to make
Thank
sure
you.
I'm updated. Yeah.
Want to see my dogs?
Oh boy.
See all that stuff.
I like to see some dogs.
Oh, you were talking to Rick. I was going to cover for you.
All right, can we come back to the podcast, boys?
Thanks, man. Thanks for covering.
My wife and Tracy.
Yeah, that's great.
When are
I don't know who's more famous.
Tracy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, more people know actors than directors, even though the directors make things happen and they have more money.
But she's more famous right now in Slovenia.
She's doing great.
I'll bet
Slovenia.
that, right?
Take that, Tracy. I'm big in Slovenia. Don't
How
get
come
me
I don't-
started on Serbia.
How come I don't ever see you doing shows in town? You don't do shows in town?
March 12th, I'll be at the Melrose Improv.
Oh,
I do that every once in a while. Like Greg Baldwin promotes that show. I do that.
we've been to the Melrose Improv several times.
Hey,
I'm there almost every week.
how much money do you make it to go do a night in Levittown? I mean,
Like, what do I make for the weekend?
Are you
yeah,
whispering?
yeah. Seriously, how much?
Is
What
it
a
worth
schnorr.
Yeah, we're not going to tell it.
What do you think I make? I bet I make less than what you think.
How many shows?
4.
Four
Four shows, Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each?
What do they seat?
Oh, God.
290?
You know, so I've been out of this
No.
that
Less?
loop for a long time. So let me
Maybe 2.
5K.
100?
More than that, yeah.
I was going to say 10 dimes.
No, he's walking out. He's walking out after expenses, after commission. He's walking out easy with 15.
That would be nice.
No,
Well, you will be after this appearance on here.
7.5.
When are you there?
No, that would be
End
I
of the
wouldn't-
month.
When are you there?
What?
When are you there?
February 28th, March 1st.
That's so funny. That's conflicting dates with Boston and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Not
You're
conflicting.
almost in
Very
Not
far
conflicting.
away.
He's very far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just met
The only
somebody.
problem is this episode will be coming out after that.
Okay.
Great.
Well, you guys all missed a great show. And for Jay, and you missed a great show
What show
for
you got
Ricky.
going on after that?
San Francisco Punchline at the end of March.
How many shows? Weekend?
4.
San Francisco Punchline, do me a favor. You don't need to buy anything from this podcast. You don't need to buy any merch. But I want you to go there to that show. Actually, you do have to buy merch because I want you to wear merch to the show.
Yeah.
And I want you to go up to Jay and let him know. You don't have to say directly, like, the only reason I'm here is because of the Take Your Shoes Off podcast. But I do want you to let him know that Take Your Shoes Off, basically, that Rick Glassman has a big presence in the podcast game.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
Yeah.
You want to see a picture of me fat?
I want to see all your pictures.
Hey, could you share it over
That's
here?
not
man?
you.
That's me. 240.
Who is that?
It's me.
It's not you.
Bro, why I got a picture of some guy that looks just like me but fat on my phone.
Oh,
That's
my
exactly
God.
what a guy who would have a picture of somebody that looks just like you.
How
on your
old
phone
are
would
you?
look
How
like.
many years ago is that?
2?
Get the fuck out.
Teddy wants to see.
Yeah, let me see.
No, I know exactly what that is, and that
that
is
the
from
AI shit?
What's it called? Burt Wonderstone.
No, I was saying
And
that
that's-
Winning Time.
that's-
That's
That's
HBO's.
Tony Soprano.
No, that's me on the set of Winning Time.
Yeah, whose makeup was all made up.
and I used to be
very
bald,
good
too.
makeup.
No, I was fat. I lost a lot of weight.
How'd you do it?
Let me see.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have a
How'd
good
you
look.
do it, buddy?
I work out every day.
Good.
Well, he does wake up at 2 a.m. for salami and Uncrustables.
I stopped eating ice cream at night.
Oh, shit,
And,
that's my-
and Ozempic.
Throw it to me.
Ozempic.
Let me find
Unbelievable.
the fat
Yeah, the
picture.
people
Were
are
you in
they're
the
using that Ozempic, man, and they're
series
losing
about
the
the
weight.
Lakers?
Yeah, that episode.
Okay, that's where I saw the face. I had no idea that was you.
I played Kareem's agent.
I'm gonna ask you to text me that later so we could throw it. For
By the
people.
way, that series was phenomenal. If you
Yeah.
ask me, it was great.
It really was.
well done.
Wait till you
I know
see
Jerry
Jeannie's-
West didn't like it, but
Wait
it
till you
was
see
good.
Jeannie's new show, Running Point, on Netflix.
I'm not hip to that.
It's not out yet. It's Kate Hudson plays Jeannie,
Oh, no
Really?
shit.
and she's the owner of the Los Angeles Waves basketball team. It's phenomenal. You're gonna
Oh,
love
this
it.
should be good.
Steve.
Do you know that,
great.
Jay? Did you know that when it comes to basketball and acting, I am phenomenal?
I believe it.
You ain't passed the ball enough, eat my butt. You ain't checked the ball out, eat my butt. You shoot from too far, eat my butt. But you make it every time, no shit, slut, I'm the fucking man.
Nice.
He is phenomenal.
You gonna show my wrestling highlights?
Do you have him? Can we cut to him?
I don't have them on.
Oh, no.
You can send them to me.
Yeah, it was
Oh
something.
no, that's when you put in like just some random Russian wrestling a bear. Like a Russian guy wrestling a bear.
Which one are you?
I'm trying.
Buddy, I'm just joking around.
Yeah, so was I. I was doing the character of the guy that got upset.
You're good.
He's real good.
This episode, Your Good Moment, is brought to you by... The commercial's running. Just give it a second.
Connie D. Podesta's House of Class in Patchogue, Long Island. Paulie and Ella and Sons Little Red House of Sausage and Peppers.
Is that a friend of yours that does sausage?
No, those are the fake commercials I put at the back end of the Good Morning Brooklyn sketch. And then a little red house, picture of like a little red house of sausage and peppers. Connie D. Podesta's House of Class.
I don't get it.
It was a fake. So I did the sketch, and at the end of the sketch, it was this episode of Good Morning Brooklyn is brought to you by, and it was a picture of a beauty salon in Long Island, or in Brooklyn.
I guess what more so than I don't
Right.
get is I don't know about the sketch.
It was called Good Morning Brooklyn. It was like
The sketch show that you did?
Yeah, yeah.
How come you stopped doing it?
Because I'm not on Saturday Night Live anymore.
Oh, it's part of one of the sketches. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense.
All right. The tracks.
Yeah.
You got your stamp of Teddy approval. Go on.
Man.
Come on. He was in SNL. He's
Teddy
fucking-
Big Balls.
He's got, you got to love him.
Before
You gotta love
I
him.
got sponsors on this podcast, we used to always cut to my dad's rug store at Marshall Rug Gallery.
Nice.
If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. And at Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices, including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery. And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered!
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. I was gonna, why we didn't go to the Marshall thing right away. We haven't done that. Well, who are the sponsors now, by the way?
It's a good
Yeah,
question.
That is a good question.
I don't know who's sponsoring this particular episode.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Let me know.
I'll let you know right now.
I'm going to go back to the fact that he's underrated. Look at all the shit we just discussed, the stuff that he was in.
I know it.
He doesn't
Underrated at losing weight and getting in shape.
You don't get enough credit. I'm serious.
And I got hair.
Are you
Steve.
off the Ozempic, by the way?
No.
I think this episode is sponsored by Bill Burr, to be honest with you.
How you doing,
You
Bill?
know what, dude?
Bill's got a big gig now.
You know what, dude? All right.
On Broadway.
Sponsor a podcast for what? Rick Glassman sitting around in a chair? What? Really? Is he? Give me like something that's irrefutably fantastic in life, in the world.
Sure. Getting high and eating Chinese food.
Is it really great though? You know, gonna sit around, eat Chinese food, stoned. Don't even know like how much I fucking ate. Really? You know what?
Making love to a beautiful woman who you feel very, very connected to, and you're excited about this new relationship getting started.
Is that so great, dude? Really? You know what? She's got to talk to you. You know, it's fucking Burr. Shoots holes in anything. Nothing like a nice puppy. Yeah, shitting all over the house. You know, shitting in the house. You got to fucking what? You got to pet him. You always want food and water. You got to take him out for fucking walks. It's 8 degrees out. I can take my fucking puppy out. You know what, dude?
Fuck it.
Fuck. You know.
Have you had Bill on your podcast?
Long time ago.
That was good.
How
Jay.
long have you been doing your podcast? Isn't it new?
No. Well, I took a 3-year break to get sober.
Yeah.
I had to get my act together.
You got him here.
I've been to your freezer.
What was your drug of choice?
Adderall. Pills. I love pills.
Pills.
But speed mostly.
Speed. Okay.
Did you audition for that?
Oh, no. You know what? I might have.
I feel like that was when you were doing movies.
What percentage of jobs did you get that you actually auditioned for?
Less than 1%.
Right. And that's the industry norm, wouldn't you say?
Speaking of
Yeah.
industry norm,
Norm McDonald?
Wow. Steve Glassman comes in with his pink socks on, you know. Well, I noticed those socks say bombast. They should say left and right.
They used to.
Not only are those socks pink, right? But your dad's socks are pink, but 3 different shades of pink. I don't know which pink I want. Give me all of them. It's like a Neapolitan sock of pink. Yeah. That was more like a Colin Quinn joke. I can't decide which pink. When do you give me all 3? Give me the Neapolitan pink. But make sure they say bombast across my broken toes. All right.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good to go with the pink sweater and the Apple Watch because you never know. You might need important information next to your pulse.
we do it as Tracy.
Yeah, we already did Tracy a few times. I can see where your toe is bleeding.
We do it as Christopher.
Your father, as stoned as he is, knows my socks, they gotta match my sweater. Otherwise, who am I? Especially when I walk in with Ted. Ted's socks say that he's carefree. Ted doesn't give a damn if his socks don't match his shirt or his sweater.
Look at that. That's what my wife says.
That brings me to Ted's wife.
Yeah.
Bitch that she is. She never stops talking. And mostly her favorite topic is what Ted did wrong.
It's like you know her.
Well, she's a wife. I asked Christopher Walken on the set of Suicide Kings, I go, what does your wife do for a living? He goes, who, bitch? She's a casting director and she's a horrible person.
No.
She told that boy, Ed Norton, get out of the business. He said. I had a crying scene and I'm like standing over in the corner trying to get my tears going and they go, okay, we're rolling. Sound speed. Hey, Jay. What's the name of the girl who plays the nanny? Fran Drescher. I would like to bang her. Action. You ever get stoned and count your dog's nipples?
It's a girl?
No. Hey, Ted.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm a guy. Here's a nipple.
You got one nipple. How much
All right,
counting?
he talked me into it.
Hey, whoa. How
I gotta
much
take a
counting
piss.
is going on? I mean, it's one fucking nipple.
You think he has one nipple?
One on each side, for God's sakes. It's not like a big deal here, you know?
Is it a boy?
Oh, yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Jay, you're on a roll. What happened?
And believe me, I can relate to that,
Come
Jay.
on, Jay. What if this was like at the club and you're in the middle of a set?
You still have to
Wait a
pee.
minute. My headphones are on. Where did that fart come from?
That was Teddy.
No way.
Was that him? Was that Jay?
Jay.
That was Christopher
He's
Walken.
taking a
That was
dump.
Jay imitating. That was a Christopher
Stop,
Walken
I'm-
fart.
There you go.
That is him. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah. Don't you have a camera in there?
Swipe to it.
Yeah. Let's get that bathroom cam. The bathroom cam. I'll write a jingle for that.
Yes, right.
Please.
Jingle for that. This is great. He's a really good guy.
Hysterical.
Oh, he's a very funny guy.
He's hysterical.
At first, I didn't know it first, but now I know.
Yeah.
You got huge hands, dude.
You know who else
These
has
hands-
huge? You know who else has huge hands? Jennifer Aniston.
Handiston.
Yes, she has man hands.
Dad, we don't talk about.
Sorry, cut.
We don't insult people
It's
like
not
that.
necessarily an insult to have
Do
man
you mean
hands.
it as? How do you mean it?
I mean it as her hands are man hands.
And what does that make you think?
Trans hands.
Here's Jay.
Here's Jay back.
Jay, that was a exceptionally loud fart.
Sorry it took me so long to dry my huge hands.
Jay, how come I don't see you doing more shows in town? Do you not like doing shows in LA?
When I'm home, I just like to be a husband and a dad. You know, I
Sure.
don't have, and if I don't have like new stuff that I'm excited about, if I have like a new joke singular, but if it ties to something else and I know I have like a new 10 or 12 minutes, then I'll go do it.
How many kids you got?
2. Why?
How
What have you-
old?
What have you heard? 22 and 13.
A 13-year-old is 5'2", 250 pounds. A 22-year-old, an endomorph, is 6'2", 180.
Are either one of them on Ozempic?
No.
Jay tells me that he, since he was a young boy, he would wake up in the middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m., and he needed to eat, and he'd be up for 45 minutes. And now when he wakes up, he gets some Uncrustables, some salami and cheese, and he goes back to bed.
Yeah, if I didn't wake up to pee,
Believe me, I get
but
up
my
3,
whole
4
life I get up to pee.
Your
I was
whole life?
I was a bedwetter too, so I think I have like
Same.
an internal like angst of like, I got to get up, I got to go pee.
So
like
it's not a prostate issue with you?
No, you want check out my prostate.
Let me see.
No, my prostate's good.
Mine's
But I am on the Flow Max.
buddy. That's my
What a
favorite pill.
lifesaver
Right?
that is. This is your future, Rick. How old are you?
28.
Really? Oh. You said like you don't know negative comments. I've watched your podcast.
I don't say no negative comments. I don't like to speak negatively about other people.
What's the difference between those two statements?
Speaking negatively about the people that are here.
How do you have Tony Hinchcliffe on your podcast have that rule?
We didn't talk about bad about anybody.
He just talked bad about you.
You were allowed to speak bad about the people that we're with. And I did talk about my friend, but he was part of the subject. So it was a conversation that I actually even brought up. But we don't like to talk about other people who aren't able to be here to tell their side of the story.
I've never badmouthed a comic on my podcast. Ever.
Can you imitate Kenny Rhoda?
Oh, I love Kenny Rhoda. He's a good guy.
That's so funny.
I used to always do a show when I went to Cleveland.
When you called Ricky and I was in.
Yeah, I remember. I was there.
We were
Yeah.
talking about Enar Diaz and Kenny Rhoda. That's a great.
Kenny Rhoda, that's Mary
J.
Tyler Moore's
Cabot.
friend, right?
And Mary J. Cabot.
Yes.
Oh, Mary J. Cabot.
These are all people that are either on the radio or writers in
I
Cleveland.
know Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhoda. Yeah.
We're talking about Kenny
Remember that.
Rhoda.
That was a spinoff.
You got some stuff.
Yes, I don't have a tissue.
Just use your shirt. Do you want me to
Don't
eat your
get
shirt?
up. You'll knock everything over again.
Hair looks good, Dad.
Yeah, you got a great head of hair on you, boy.
Yeah, it's all I got, buddy. It's all I got
I
left.
paid a lot of money for this head. I paid a lot of money for this hair.
Fork it over. You can have it.
How many sold out shows weekends at Governor's do you need to do to match how much money you put into your hair?
4.
60 grand? 50 grand?
I did it twice.
25 each, or was the second one more maintenance, cheaper?
It's about 40 each time.
So 80.
You know what I say to that? Thank goodness you can afford it.
Yeah.
You got an opening act out there, or just you by yourself?
Are you available?
I am available. I'm working up my.
I feel like in another half hour your eyes will be completely closed.
They look like pistols in the
You
snow
look like
now.
a drawing of yourself high.
That's right there.
If somebody just drew you and just made little lines for your eyes, I could blindfold you with dental floss right now.
I feel you, man, because I did not sleep well. Did not.
What's wrong, bub?
You get to, when you, how old are you now?
54.
54. You wait a couple more years, you'll figure it out.
Wow, thanks for the ominous warning about my life.
It gets,
I hate people
it
like
gets
that.
worse.
You'll see. Wait till you get to be my age. You'll hate everything.
Let me tell you something. You know when your life's going to get much better, take a huge arc to getting better? When you have a grandchild.
Oh, yeah. I asked Buddy Hackett once. He goes,
Buddy Hackett.
He goes,
You sure it wasn't Joey Bishop?
No. He goes, I love my grandchildren so much. And I asked my rabbi, I said, what is this bond I have with my grandkids? I mean, I love my kids. I die for my kids. But my relationship with my grandchildren, why are we so close? My rabbi said, common enemy. You have the greatest dog on earth.
Let me ask something else.
Yes, sir.
Are you just quoting Buddy Hackett because Buddy Hackett, did you really know him?
No, he was like a father to me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
I never knew that.
We
Would you say that you and he were enemies then?
No.
Well, isn't that joke that your children are your enemy and your
Oh,
parents
I
are your
get it.
enemy?
Yeah. That was a good track. He, when I auditioned for Paulie to be the voice of the bird, I was like, you know what? I turned it down like 10 times. I'm like, what do I know from doing birds? And then they're like,
What do I know from doing birds? That's also good merch.
And so I go, you know what? I'll do a Buddy Hackett impression. So I'm like, just in the car driving. They're like,
I wish I could fly. Cha, cha, cha. I'm looking for my friend Marie Allweather. Have you seen her?
and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this role. I'm totally going to get this role. And they go, you want some sides? I'm like, nope. You want something to drink? I'm like, nope. Like, I'm just so. They go, okay, we're ready for you. Buddy Hackett walks out of the room.
Get out.
Oh,
That's who auditioned right before me doing Buddy Hackett. What are the odds of that? 0.
Did you still do the voice?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then me and him both got acting parts in the movie also. So there's a scene with Buddy, me, and the bird, my voice doing Buddy coming out of the bird. If you close your eyes, you have no idea who's talking.
I want to watch that.
And Buddy goes, I'll never understand how you got a job doing me. I go, I think they wanted a younger you. He goes, fair enough. You know what the fly said when he walked over the mirror? That's one way of looking at it.
Dad and I don't get that, but he laughed, and I'm admitting
I
it.
get it.
What does that joke mean?
One way of looking at it.
I know when my dad's giving a fake laugh.
By the way,
Music
I'm
Man.
old
I
enough
love
to
the
say that
Music
Buddy
Man.
Hackett was one of the funniest comedians ever. I mean,
Great.
hysterical. I'd watch him on Johnny Carson show, and he'd put a rubber band over his eyes to speak Chinese. So
Yeah.
his eyes look slanted.
Back when you could just be yourself.
Yes.
He was,
I could blindfold you with dental floss right now.
It still works.
Yeah, it tracks.
And you said that you
Great
could be yourself
physical.
more now than ever, right?
I love how I feel. I love being comfortable in my own skin. Yeah.
Careful. The wire there.
Why are you bending down like you're getting out of a helicopter?
My dad does that
Pretending to get out of a helicopter. I just do that.
I like how you bent down so more of you was in frame.
when we drive into like a parking garage or something. My dad goes like this.
That's what dogs do.
The ducks under to make sure.
That's
while
like
he's
what a
driving.
chihuahua does when he goes under an overpass. Like,
Does a chihuahua do that?
I saw it on Instagram once.
Oh. Isn't he the sweetest little boy?
I love him so much.
is Buddy still alive?
No.
No, right?
No.
I remember that Music Man. Shapoopy.
Written by
Billy Joel.
Meredith Willson.
Meredith Willson, yeah. What a great...
And Billy Joel. I saw some guys before like Instagram and everything. There was a guy, it was like kind of a viral before you could go viral, but like comics, like we get access to like really weird shit. And somebody sent it to me. It was like, this guy did his college thesis on why Billy Joel sucks. he really broke down his entire catalog, and it's every single song is how I am better than you. But Billy Joel writes all of these songs, or like even Piano Man, like, what am I doing here? I'm so great. They
Okay.
put bread in my jar.
Always a woman to me.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just telling you what the thesis was.
I never liked him.
You never liked Billy Joel? I'm sorry, we have to edit this out. We don't like to speak negatively about other people.
That's
but
not negatively, it's his opinion.
I'm joking about that.
No,
We
I mean,
fixed this.
listen, the guy is
I got real-
extremely talented. He was a
do you wanna
jingle
do?
writer for years.
Look at
You
this.
know, he wrote great.
What do you wanna do?
He wrote
Put it
some
up here.
great songs. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all. I'm not.
I was really stoned once, and I just thought Billy Joel looked like Jackie Mason.
I love Billy
I've
Joel.
seen Jackie Mason live. One of the funniest fucking nights.
Also very funny.
Oh
yes.
my God.
My
In the
father
Borscht-
loved Jackie
in the
Mason.
Borscht Belt too.
Do you know who Mark Cohen is?
I know that. I don't
Now
know.
I think he books the Cellar in Vegas now, but he was a comedian, and he used to go. Here's Jackie Mason doing Andrew Dice Clay. I got my tongue up her ass. The whole joke. I got my tongue up her ass.
Jackie Mason makes me feel good. My father loved him, and he's a funny guy.
No, he got kicked off at Sullivan. They had a big fallout. Those two
Did you ever
guys.
do Ed Sullivan?
Twice. But it was a guest host.
Yes.
It was Doc from Love Boat was guest hosting. Bernie Capel.
Both
Bernie
times it was guest
Capel.
host?
No, second time was Ed. He was sleeping, but
Did you ever do the Jack Parr show?
I did the Steve Allen show.
Have you ever played the Steve Allen Theater?
Where's that?
It's
No,
on Hollywood, east of Vine.
no.
Oh.
I only go there to buy drugs.
Did you get your drugs prescription off like
Both prescription and street.
scared to get street prescriptions?
Well, you find a plug. That's a
Well, that's what you did apparently.
guy.
a
with your
young
hair.
colloquialism. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safer.
You find a person that has it, and you just fucking text them constantly until they say yes, come on over. Then you go over there and you wait in your car for hours while they do nothing.
That sounds miserable.
It's the way. It's a full-time job.
I hated that shit. I did it maybe once or twice.
I feel like you've done it more than that on this podcast.
No. I mean,
You're talking about Adderall.
I'm talking about speed.
Yeah.
Meth.
Oh yeah, you don't seem like you take speed.
No.
I used to
You
wake
seem
up.
like you take slow.
I took it one time we were going to Texas. I stayed up the whole time listening to ZZ Top on the way to Texas on speed. And
What a
that was
hack.
that was okay. But that was the last time. Last time, man.
Do you have any video?
No. It was way before video.
Got the Cheech and Chong.
Black and white back there.
He taught me he thinks that Up in Smoke is like one of the funniest movies. I remember as a kid, he kept showing it to me. And I'm like, I felt like I maybe I just don't get it. And as I've gotten older, I've realized like, oh, that's just not for me.
Yeah, I get that.
No disrespect.
No disrespect taken, but it is a hysterical movie. Yeah.
Like,
I think it's too broad for
It's
me.
like, like Steve Martin walking out with an arrow through his head. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think
sold out the Hollywood Bowl.
I think Steve
with
Martin
an
with
arrow
an
in his
arrow
head.
through his
He was
head
my guest host when I
is
played.
making fun of silly.
Right, but at some point when you're making fun of silly, you are on stage doing the exact thing you're making fun of.
I have
Yeah.
become that. I recognize that. You lose your sense of irony when it becomes part of your tool bag, but it's still in there. Your intention is still there. You forget it.
But I will, like, when I listen to Steve Martin albums, I'm amazed at how great they are.
He
no,
is.
His fingerprints are all over us.
I love him.
I
Love
think so
him.
too.
Let's
I
get
wasn't really
small.
educated about him.
My middle name is Martin,
What were you saying?
which is Steve Martin.
You're a sweetheart, Stevie.
I wasn't really influenced by Steve
You
Martin.
look like
I'll tell you in a second.
you got kicked out of Steely Dan. Of
I love Steely Dan, though.
course you do. You're a progressive Jew. It's like,
Yes,
of course,
I am.
Of course you do.
Did you see Steve Martin's SNL 50 monologue?
Great.
Yeah, awesome.
He's just
You know what I think was
unbelievable.
what was such a great joke that I don't know will get any play was when they cut to Alec Baldwin. He goes, "It's Alex. I've been meaning to correct that for real." And they waited all this time to make that joke.
Do you know who's
It's Alex, and I've been meaning to correct you guys for 20 years.
Great.
Yeah, like
who hosted SNL
hosted-
more than anyone?
I think he did.
Alex.
Yeah, he did it more than anybody. Alex.
He said to me,
Are you with anybody? I go, I'm married. He goes, yeah. If I could do it again, I would. I'm married too. If I could do it all over again, I would have fucked everybody. All my brother's girlfriends, first cousins, nothing off the table. Because once you're married, it's over.
It's over.
When you're with the Baldwins, that's a good time.
Yes.
Like they're
I believe
fucking
it.
awesome dudes. All of them are fucking.
Weren't
awesome.
you in 30 Rock?
No.
What do I picture you with him? Have you done something with him?
I mean, SNL, a couple sketches.
But have you partied with all the Baldwins together?
I didn't party with any of them, but I've spent some time with. They're just that.
Teddy.
Like I remember seeing Steven coming up the street. We were both in Montreal doing 2 different projects, and he's like, "Bro, I just came from this massage. This chick fucking mauled me, bro. You gotta go see her."
The Baldwins.
She mauled me. Like we're just standing in the middle of Vancouver. They're just a good time, those guys.
What's the best acting job you've done as far as like having a good time during work and between work if you're on location?
That's a really good question. The Groomsman, no question. No doubt. The Groomsman, Ed Burns directed it. John Leguizamo, me, Matthew Lillard, Donald Logue. It's just he's getting married and he's like freaking out and we're his groomsmen.
Why is that the best? You guys laughed a lot?
We laughed a lot. We were kind of playing versions of guys we knew already because just a bunch of meatheads from the East Coast.
Easy to do.
And I was just imitating a guy I went to high school with, and I just kind of colored outside the lines. I was imitating this guy like James Barone that I grew up with, and I got to wear a wife beater and a gold chain. Like, you didn't talk to me for 8 years because you were gay? Like the lines were so funny. It was really fun. And Ed Burns is just such a great director. Like we did the t-shirts at the Rap Gift. The t-shirts said 25 boroughs, 25 days. That was the schedule. We did all 5 boroughs.
5 boroughs. Wasn't that the show that Johnny Drama did?
No, you're thinking of Jim Burroughs.
No.
Oh.
Are you making a joke?
You're thinking of Edgar Rice Burroughs.
No, he played the director in Entourage for 5 boroughs.
Really?
5 towns.
Oh, yeah,
with Johnny
maybe.
Drama. Do you remember?
I don't remember
where
the
he
character.
where he was mic'd up jerking off in his trailer.
Oh yeah.
Before.
Right.
That happened to a buddy of
Ed
mine.
Burns was in that, right?
Yeah, he was doing it.
Right, exactly.
And it's five towns, maybe 5 boroughs. That was like his inspiration for it being
I guess so. Yes.
Have you ever caught him masturbating?
I think he's caught me.
Oh, that's horrific.
5 towns is an area in Long Island. Okay. 5 boroughs are the boroughs of Manhattan. Bronx.
Not Manhattan, of New York.
Ed McMahon,
Yeah, New
Johnny
York.
Carson.
You know.
Yes, I
Staten
understand
Island.
that. Yes.
Brooklyn.
Right.
Yes.
I know
Queens.
John Embry.
Oh, okay.
In New Jersey.
And no, not New Jersey.
When Ed would get really drunk, be like,
Canada.
I know.
That's going to be the next.
Oh, you really think you're fooling everybody, don't you?
It's like watching Johnny Carson with Ed McMahon.
I heard the setup. Jay.
Yes, sir.
And I liked it.
You're a good guy, Ricky.
Thank you. Now,
Where did you get this dog? How do you get such a winner?
I've been looking for dogs for years, and I go visit dogs and I meet dogs, and then I met this one, like dating. And I'm
where? That was the question. Was where?
In Studio
It's a little aggressive of me. I apologize.
in Studio City, there's a place where they bring in fosters and rescues.
Step 10. When we were wrong, we promptly admitted it.
Is that step 10?
Good.
That's a good thing to rescue.
Everyone should follow that
Ted,
step.
will you
by
try
the
to
way.
bring?
I'm sorry.
No, but
Yeah, here we go.
I forgot you. Hey, Ted.
Hey, man. Back in the
that's
box. Just
That's
woke
Ed.
up. Just woke up. The coffee's delicious.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, I would.
There's
All
a
right.
refrigerator right
I think
next
I'm
to you.
gonna.
Question: while I'm getting the coffee, will you make a coffee break jingle, and we could put that in here?
Of course.
Jay, I want to do a show with you,
I'd love that.
What kind of show?
like a stand-up show. I want it to be, even if it's just like at the Improv, and we're just doing shorter sets, or
Or let's get Ed
I have
Burns
an
to
idea.
direct a movie with you two guys.
I am doing some live Take Your Shoes Off podcasts in LA in April, May, June, and August. I got 4 dates. Put them up here. Will you be a guest on one of them with
Yeah, I'd love
me?
to. Yeah.
Seriously?
Why
Fun.
wouldn't
I figure you're a busy guy. You're a busy guy.
I gotta get
Jay.
eyeballs on my podcast,
That's
so
great.
I can
Get you-
use his
try to get your
podcast to pull
tickets.
eyeballs to my podcast.
But you'll
and
have a good time,
and
too,
he
right?
can use my podcast.
Yes.
I'm going to set the record for the word podcast.
Do you think
Okay.
that me
Whoa.
going on your podcast will introduce me to people that don't already know me and have decided they like me already or they don't like me already?
I mean, how could you do that?
One or two for sure.
Everybody knows you and loves you already, Rick.
well,
You're an international player coming through my stereo.
I do think that everybody has already seen me at least once and has decided they like me or they don't like me, just because of what the comedy podcasts are. It's not the widest net of diversity, but maybe your podcast is
It
different.
depends on the podcast.
Right.
My podcast is mostly neurodiverse guys and
What does
hot
that mean?
chicks.
What does neurodiverse mean?
People who think differently and minds work differently than the typical person.
Autistic.
Not necessarily. I think some people with dyslexia and they like that kind of stuff. Just people who like think a little bit differently. Could be a bit
Steve
weird,
Jobs.
socially awkward.
Steve
me.
Jobs, Paul McCartney, lefty bass.
Steve Jobs more than Paul McCartney. Lefty doesn't make you necessarily neurodiverse.
I was just showing off. I knew Paul played lefty bass.
Jimi Hendrix plays lefty too.
He was retarded.
He plays right.
Black.
So is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I did not know that.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's retarded?
He's
He was
dead.
trying to fly the helicopter.
R.I.P.
I don't
man.
get it, but I know that's me not getting it.
R.I.P.
I'm sure it was funny.
We died in a helicopter crash?
Stevie Ray Vaughan did?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing funny about that.
Nobody said it was.
Maybe it flew over my head.
Zips in the wire! Get down!
Black Hawk Down, baby.
Teddy?
One of the best books of all time.
I like the movie
book?
better. That was the one. That was maybe the only.
No way.
Black Hawk Down is probably the only movie I like better than the book.
That's one of the dumbest things
Great
I've ever
movie.
heard in my
I
life.
guarantee you, he's never read the book.
I've never read a book. Teddy, a little closer. Thanks, buddy.
There's a new doc out now on that. It's fantastic.
That sounds like you walking into a place, taking over the old doc, and saying that you're the man about town. Does that make
There's a new
sense?
doc in town.
There's a new
Five
doc in
times.
town. New doc in town.
And he's stoned. He's higher
Will
than
you do? Will you do me a favor? Will you? This is a.
Yeah, baby.
That coffee.
Open it over the mic.
That coffee that I gave you. I want you to take a sip and then do a little ad for it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's your director. Listen to your director. Okay, can we not do
This
the
is a
lip
very
thing?
fresh. This is a very fresh.
Can we do it again? Hold on, Teddy.
Yeah, cut.
Like
Take
what
two.
you're doing. I believe you like it, but can we not go?
Yeah, do it as you
That
would.
was my bit.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
it's
like
a
your
bad
bit.
bit.
We want to hire you.
Yeah, cutting that bit.
What we want is we might. I actually think it was really funny, but I do want an option for.
I know.
for-
Now
for-
I got two directors now.
Just me.
No, we work together.
Just us.
So that's-
But the brand, I just want to be able to show the
Wait,
brand one
is
that
a
isn't as
two-
silly.
Is that a
You
two-headed?
can't listen if you're talking.
Is
just
it
so
a
you know.
two-headed director?
No, he's
I
the
like
director.
that. I like
He's the
that
director.
confidence. Yes. Now we want to see what you would actually like. If I were to drink this off camera, it would be like this. That's believable, but at the same time, I'm not conscious. I'm hiding the logo. I'm not cheating the camera. So I want you to still drink it as you would. Exaggerate your thoughts, but have your thoughts be honest, right? So I want to see what you're thinking. This is actually
Okay.
really good.
Roll them, baby. It's not bad.
Are
Yeah.
you bleeding?
We
In
don't.
fact-
We don't want the word bad. He is
In fact, it's really good.
Yeah, are you bleeding? Did you just cut your chin? On the
How about the
coffee
fact
can?
that you wouldn't show the logo?
I dripped. I'm reading the
What is it,
logo.
red drink?
The logo's got to
boy.
be to camera.
Did you cut yourself on the coffee?
He did.
Call a doctor.
There's a new
Doctor
doctor.
in town.
We just fell
Call
over each
the
other,
doctor.
going for the exit of that
All right,
one
let's
joke.
try this
Stop
again.
covering
All
the
right.
logo. We want to
Right.
get it on
The
camera
logo.
with your
All right,
big
listen.
fucking meaty hand.
You
Yogi
remember
Berra.
you remember the movie?
Boo Powell?
It's Rosie Greer
Do you want
and
the
Ray
job or
Milland.
not?
You remember that movie with the two-headed guy? Two-headed?
Yeah,
No.
O.J. Simpson's in it.
No. Ray Milland You get you're gonna do.
Do you want this
you're gonna
job?
go back and do
No,
a
he
little
obviously doesn't.
reference on, right? Rainbow Land and Rosie Greer. It won't be- okay, here we go.
Please don't cover the label with your big, meaty, rapey hands.
It's Jennifer Aniston hands.
Stop.
You're covering the label. Cut. Look
Ted, did you grab it from the other? Look, Ted, watch. Here's the label.
Pet the rabbits,
There you
George.
go.
No, but you don't show. You're letting us see it without you showing it to us. Watch, Teddy. Do you see Mountain Valley? You don't see it when I do this, right? But you do see it when I drink like this. So just drink it like that,
right?
And then careful, it's a sharp lid.
Okay.
Ooh.
Have his nose start bleeding.
Yeah, why can't he play?
right. I just
You know what? You're making fun, right?
I was improvising.
I'm not making fun.
But do you mean that?
Improvising.
Yeah, play along.
I feel that way
Play
all the time.
along.
But here's the thing: sometimes people don't play the way you do, or they don't want to play. But in my head, and I know this isn't the right way to think, but I can't emotionally disconnect from this. It's like, no, there are certain ways to play.
Can I put the can down?
Yeah,
No, we got a
put the
great
fucking
money
can
shot. He's still holding the can like it's a hero.
Can I put the can down now?
Watch this, Teddy. Teddy ball game. Check it out.
Do me a favor, Jay. Before crack it open. You haven't sipped it yet.
No, don't drink it.
Do you think?
Very good. Hey, you know what?
I told you I have a drinking problem.
What was that place we went to
Good joke.
in the desert? What was that place called?
I gotta-
Worth it.
What place is this, Ted?
You know, the place where the contaminated water
down.
comes
Oh, the
Flint.
Yeah.
Salton Sea.
from. Yeah, that came from the Salton Sea, man.
Hey, listen. if in fact, Jay,
Ever notice when you stand dogs on their hind legs, they look like they're wearing new pants? Hey, look, Rick. Who's this handsome man with his
Yeah.
new pants on?
Jay, if it happens, if the Lakers face the Cavs in the NBA Finals, I'm inviting you to stay at my house,
That'd be amazing.
and we'll go to a game.
You know, I like Darius Garland's on your team, right? I like that. He's
we
a
have
little
a great
dude.
team
He's tiny.
out of Vanderbilt.
He
and he
jumps
can
out
Hey,
of
listen,
shoot.
if the Lakers play the Knicks, stay at my house.
St. Regis,
Okay.
Ted's house with his fucking wife.
Yeah, good. We have to,
Jay,
All right,
My
Jay,
wife-
if that were
My
the case,
wife will
if you
cook for you.
if you were to come over, my dad offered you.
Would you like a
I'll tell you
shame
this.
blintz? Would you like a shame blintz?
My dad offered you a
We'll have
place to stay.
plenty of tissues, man.
Teddy's dialing in. He's ramping up.
That's some good coffee.
Flow state.
Plenty of tissues, buddy. Don't worry.
Flow state.
Teddy, go like this.
What? You're obsessed with people's fucking orifices.
He is
But you haven't said
bleeding
it
from
to
his
me.
nose.
No, I'm not.
Not anymore. Look at your hands. Show your hands to the camera.
they call Ricky OO.
Yeah, wipe them on your pants.
Orifice obsessive.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
I'm on the Reddit.
Yes.
I'm on the spectrum.
Hey, we
I
got
am.
Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell,
Totally.
and Evan Mobley.
Who's your center? I like that guy.
Yeah, Jared
Jonas
Allen
Ilgauskas?
out
I
of
like
that
Texas. So Jonas
The
Ilgauskas.
big Greek.
Coached a Cavs camp with him once.
You did?
Yeah.
I sold them rugs too.
What could you
Customer.
teach somebody with 100% certainty that they would be able to do it?
Outside of basketball or about anything,
Anything.
including that they would be able to do it. You know what? Nothing. And that's the lesson. You can't be certain that anybody could be certain. For when you look in the mirror and you see your own soul, is it a reflection of self? Is it something you could control? Is it the mind's eye behind you shining down upon thee, or is it something in front of you or something behind me? We choose our own reflections. We choose our own delight. But whether we wake in the morning or we fall asleep at night, we dream what we might accomplish if we hold it in our palms. But the truth is, it isn't ours. It is the world's qualms that we noms.
You know who wrote that?
Billy Joel.
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner?
How did you know that? Have you heard that?
We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. What the fuck was that? All right, I got to go, Ricky.
What time is it?
It's his time.
Hour and a half. Thank you for a good time. I had a good time.
I like your boundaries.
I got shit to do.
Tell me about, where people can get your podcast and your Instagram.
Yeah, do one little plug.
LeVar Burton on Star Trek.
I'm your best fan, motherfucker.
He's bleeding.
Yeah, he was a straight man for you, baby. Let me tell you. I was no help.
Look at those fucking John.
Hey, what's your name? Teddy, what's going on here? What happened?
Let him give his plug. He's got to go.
Look at John Wayne Gacy's hands over here. You want to see my handcuff? How do you handcuff this guy?
I'm a piano player, puppy.
Piano player. You're a piano masher.
He's a great piano player.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic piano player.
I heard you only play the black keys.
That too.
You like sisters, right, Ted?
I mean, he's an F sharp.
What am I looking for? I don't even know.
It's riveting radio, guys. More Stories podcast. That's all. Just come check it out.
I
if you
became
like
a follower.
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stevie Glassman. Which foot is broken?
This one. It's the big toe.
Why is the other one bigger? You got long feet.
Something that all
I got
Glassman's.
crooked feet.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. That's yeah, you couldn't get in. You wouldn't get drafted with feet like that.
No.
It's not take your socks off.
Makes me hard.
Yeah. Keep your socks on.
Do you see somebody about that?
I had bunion surgery that didn't work when I was 12 because when you cut into a foot that's still growing, it grows back the way it was.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and that one's like the good one. So, if
Are you going to do it again? You're not 12 anymore.
Yeah, but if I did it now, I'd have to lengthen the tendons, screws, pins.
No, forget about that shit.
What kind of shoes do you have to do for that?
Wide shoes, snowshoes,
Special shoes.
snowshoes. I only wear snowshoes.
Keep your socks on.
Exactly.
I couldn't hear you.
Keep your socks on. Great name for a podcast.
Yeah.
I like how you worked your OCD into the podcast format, like
Yes.
which my new podcast, the Bring $5 podcast.
Right.
5 towns, 5 boroughs.
Yeah, the podcast was
Which New York Yankee, Ted,
5
was number 5? Are you a Yankee fan?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
he
a
is.
Yankee fan.
If you don't know this, then you can't be a Yankee
Oh,
fan.
I agree.
But
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, 1 through 9, you should know.
Let's do it together.
oh fuck.
I'm not from New York.
Was it Yogi? Who was it?
1, Bobby Richardson,
Billy Martin,
Billy Martin. 2,
Derek Jeter, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig,
Lou Gehrig,
Joe DiMaggio, Joe Torre, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Greg Nettles, Chris
Roger
Chambliss, Chuck Knobloch, Wade Boggs. 13 was Jim Lehretz.
Oh, he's
14
good.
Pat Kelly. 15 Thurman Munson. 16 Whitey Ford. 17 it's like it rolls around. 18 was Scott Brocious, World Series MVP.
Yes.
Scott Brocious. 19 Dave Righetti was 19.
Dave Righetti.
20 Jorge Posada,
okay.
21 Paul O'Neill, 22
21 Paul
Roger
O'Neill,
Clemens,
correct.
23 Don Mattingly, 24
Well, I'm
the greatest
impressed.
baseball player of all time, Ricky Henderson, 25 Joe Girardi, and that's all. 37 Casey Stengel,
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
I gotta go.
What
46 Andy Pettit.
Who was Elston Howard? What number was
I
he?
don't know, but he's first black Yankee, and I have a baseball where he signed it twice.
Really?
56 Yankees, and Whitey Ford wrote Ed Ford.
Okay.
He used to live across the street from Whitey Ford.
I used
He
to
doesn't know who
live.
Joe DiMaggio is.
I know. I met. Well, I didn't meet, but I saw Mickey over there.
The
one
only
day.
pitcher in the Hall of Fame under 6 foot.
He was the
Whitey
nicest
Ford.
guy.
You have
Teddy,
no
Teddy,
idea what I
Teddy,
just
he
said.
lived- bring this to you.
He lived 2 houses down
hold
from
on,
me.
time out. You have no idea what I just said to your face, do you?
Yeah, he was a Hall of Famer, right?
Shortest pitcher ever to
shortest
be in the
pitcher.
Hall of Fame.
The only pitcher, you got to learn
Under
it. It's a
6
give and
feet.
take. Conversations are a give and take.
Yeah, absolutely. But I got excited because he lived next door to me.
Yeah, but
so-
don't get so excited that you wall my existence out.
Oh, hey man,
Like I'm in a fucking crawl space. All he sees is like I'm a puppet. Just doing that.
Chris Chambliss, by the way, former Indian. Greg Nettles, former Indian. Wanted to get great fame as Yankees.
Yeah, like Roger Maris.
Not a former Indian, I don't think.
No, but he was a great Yankee that went somewhere else.
Yes, St. Louis.
Rick, you seem pretty stoned. You all right? What's wrong with your son? You gonna drag your cock across my
look,
forearm?
see, he's a champion. 1920. 2024.
Do you think Roger Clemens belongs in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Right, because during the period,
it's not against the. It's not against the law
back there. I agree.
And if you're all doing it, then everybody was doing it.
So all those guys should be in.
Right.
How can we help that?
With the exception of Pete Rose.
Because he's Jewish?
No.
Bingo. Pete Rose.
Which I still think he belongs.
No, actually,
in.
now that he's dead, you can put him in.
Yes.
But I had Pete Rose on my podcast, and he goes,
"Did you really?"
He goes, "You don't think I should be in the Hall of Fame?" I go, "Pete, you signed your own lifetime ban. So unless I'm talking to a fucking ghost, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? I didn't sign it.
He signed it.
What's the story of that? I don't know things.
He gambled on baseball while he was managing baseball.
He was betting on his own team while he was managing.
Well, that shouldn't be cheating. If you bet on your own team, you're not going to do anything wrong.
But you're letting the bookmakers know what happens when you don't bet on the team.
Correct.
You're moving millions of dollars.
It's what you don't say.
And by the way, that's
Smart.
That's so sad because he was a great player.
Great player.
He was a great
That was
player.
Charlie Hustle, baby.
They're fucking each other. We're talking how good Pete Rose was.
So
this was good. I like this podcast.
That Indians team is the greatest fucking team. The fact that you guys didn't win a World Series, Kenny Lofton,
97.
Omar Vizquel.
Is this 1997?
Yeah, the greatest shortstop of all time. Ozzie Smith never hit 300. Omar Vizquel averaged 300.
Ozzie Smith never hit 300?
If he did, it was an outlier.
Right.
He was like a 220 guy.
But Omar's not in the Hall of Fame.
Ridiculous.
Right.
So at the All-Star game in Cleveland, Omar Vizquel's, I'm hanging out with Nomar, and Omar Vizquel's, he's like, the shortstop.
Garcia Parra?
Yes.
No, Abramowitz. The Omar Vizquel's got like a lime green suit. The next day we see him, he's wearing a canary yellow suit. His brother is wearing the lime green suit. The next day the brother's wearing the canary yellow suit. He's wearing a red suit.
Yeah, mix
the
it
brother
up.
got the next day suit every day.
Mix it up.
And that Shapiro story I told you is true.
Right.
Einar Diaz.
That's a
He
great
goes, you see
story.
that guy up there? That's Einar Diaz's father. Came all the way from Panama. Took him 4 days to get cleared through customs to get here. He's never seen his son play a Major League Baseball game. I go, oh my God, he's going to be so happy today. He goes, Einar's not playing today. Like, put him in the fucking lineup.
Right.
And his dad, you just fly his dad in to watch a game at Jacobs Field? Who was your best pitcher on the team? Charles Nagy?
Yes. We didn't have great pitchers.
Didn't have any pitchers.
No, that's why we couldn't win it. We had Jose Mesa in the bullpen.
Gas can.
Yeah.
We had Albert Bell.
Oh, amazing. Jim Tomei, Richie Sexton.
Manny Ramirez.
I know maybe 5 baseball players' names, and they happen to be coming up
And
right
you
now.
just said 2 of them, Albert and Bell.
Do you know why I know Nomar Garcia Parra? Because that used to be your voicemail.
That's right.
I had no idea who that was, but if we called Dad and we went to voicemail, it would be Nomar Garcia Parra.
Nomar's a good dude.
I don't know him, but
we're in the
great
back of a
respect
cab.
for him.
He struck out 3 times at Yankee Stadium, and we're in a cab going back to my apartment. I go, it's August. I go, I've never. He's not a strikeout guy. Just
No,
gotta be,
right.
I go 3 times. He goes, man. I go, and like the whole ride, I'm going, I've never seen you strike out 3 times. He goes, yeah. I go, why? What? Like, what? And that pitcher, I don't know. It's just
That
like
pitcher sucked
like
anyways,
Kenny
right?
It's like Kenny Rogers, just some guy. And I go, why did you? He goes, because it was hot as fucking balls. That's why. He screamed at me.
You busted his balls the whole camp right for striking out 3 times.
I'm gonna go pee again.
Why are you friends with so many baseball players?
Not anymore. Just no more, really.
You're friends with what's his name? Jim Rome too, aren't you? No.
It's more like
Business?
That guy did great things for my career. Helped me sell a lot. Jim Rome show. I sold more tickets than my entire resume combined.
From his plugs?
Incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up?
Verona, New Jersey.
No, but that's not where you were born.
Glenridge, New Jersey.
Nope.
A
Yeah, why would I
Jersey
know?
boy.
You were born in Nebraska. Right?
The Jim Rome, Chris Everett story is one of the funniest things in ever. TV, radio, whatever it was. I love that.
I love him so much, man.
Teddy,
Well, not the dog, your dad.
I know. Will you get really close to Jay? So, because I don't want to hold you hostage, Jay, but I want to get a Polaroid of the 3 of you.
Let me check you.
Come over here, big balls.
All right, what?
Look at the fucking. Look at that.
What?
It's all sack. Put them together a little bit. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, Alvin.
Big balls.
That's fine, as long as you get the cheat.
All right.
2 Jews and a maybe.
1, 2, 3. Teddy, will you sign on the right here?
Yeah.
You want to see your girlfriend I got for you?
He's a shrekker.
You like a big girl. Pull your truck out.
No. The right, Teddy.
Right here.
Teddy's really something else.
There you go.
Fantastic musician, Jay.
Oh, Jesus. What do you think of her? Don't play hard to get.
Look at that.
That's Birdie. Hey, Teddy.
Yeah, man.
My doctor told me not to lift anything heavy. Would you come in here?
Theme music. Oh my God, dude.
Now,
Blabbity blue, scoop.